Breaking news tonight, major bombshells as more disturbing forensic evidence comes back in the case that all of America has been tracking. The disappearance of that beautiful 3-year-old Florida girl named Caylee. She was last seen with her mother, Casey. Little Caylee has been missing for 10 long weeks. Tonight, the case appears increasingly ghoulish and grim. The much anticipated DNA results are finally in tonight, and it is a bombshell. According to local affiliate WKMG, hair found in Mom Casey Anthony's car trunk appears, and I say appears, to be little Caylee's and appears to show signs of human decomposition. And of course, that is a very bad sign. All indications now point to 3-year-old Caylee as quite possibly dead. This on the heels of air samples taken from that same car trunk that also confirmed human decomposition. Plus, cadaver dogs hit on Casey Anthony's car. Investigators now set to hand over these DNA results to prosecutors. The big question, will more criminal charges be next? And what do these results mean for that limited immunity deal now on the table? The state is reportedly giving Casey Anthony until next Tuesday to tell them the key information that would help them locate her little girl. And is Mom Casey Anthony heading straight back to jail? A California bounty hunter and bail bondsman say they are close to revoking the hefty $50,000 they put up to free Casey Anthony. But tonight, the biggest question, the biggest one of all, still remains: what really happened to 3-year-old Caylee?
I actually went into the car to smell what the smell smelled like. And in my experience, the smell that I smelled inside that car was the smell of decomposition.
Fast-breaking developments right now. CNN affiliate WKMG reporting that DNA results are back from the FBI. And all indications are that 3-year-old Caylee Anthony is dead. Hair found in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car now confirmed to be that of Caylee Anthony. And the bombshell tonight is the hair sample shows signs of decomposition.
Bounty hunter Leonard Padilla told us he wants to start the process to revoke her bond in light of the latest developments and threats he's received in the last 24 hours.
You can get off a bond anytime you want. It's not a problem. I mean, you have to have no reason. You don't have to have cause or anything. It's just, boom, you're going back to jail.
Good evening. I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell in for Nancy Grace. Breaking news tonight in the desperate search for 3-year-old Florida girl Caylee Anthony. Bombshell DNA results are in. The question, will more criminal charges be next?
After weeks of keeping a tight lid on DNA evidence in the desperate search for Caylee Anthony, the results are in. And it's heartbreaking. CNN affiliate WKMG now reporting that hair found in the trunk of Mom Casey Anthony's car shows signs of decomposition.
Garrett jumped up into the trunk, front paws, stuck his head in. He alerted to the odor of human decomposition.
The hair confirmed to be that of little Caylee. This late-breaking bombshell, combined with cadaver dogs that also hit on the car, and air samples confirming a dead body was in the trunk, all appear to lead to the same conclusion: that 3-year-old Caylee Anthony is most likely dead.
Cindy, did you want to say anything about the new developments? No new developments.
Meanwhile, that California bounty hunter who believed he could get Mom Casey to talk now says he's working to revoke her bond. Leonard Padilla says it could be just a matter of days before Casey Anthony heads straight back to jail.
Does Casey know that this possibility is going to happen?
Absolutely, yes.
How is she reacting to it?
She doesn't.
No reaction from Casey about going back to jail?
No.
I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell in for Nancy Grace. More bombshells in the Caylee case tonight. The shocking DNA results are finally back, and the news appears to be gut-wrenching. For the very latest on these stunning developments, let's go straight out to Jessica D'Onofrio, reporter for CNN affiliate WKMG. Jessica, you are reporting some ominous results. Tell us what your sources are telling you tonight.
Well, Jane, it's definitely not good. All indications point towards the fact that Caylee Anthony is most likely dead. Now, hair found in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car is likely that of her daughter Caylee's, but they haven't completely ruled out the mom in that case. Now, we have confirmed that that hair sample pulled from the car did show signs of decomposition, but we want to be careful and let people know that there can be false positive results with this kind of testing. But you know, you add all of that up with the cadaver dogs alerting to the backyard, two separate ones, and then you have cadaver dogs alerting to the smell of decomposition in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car, and then you add that along with the air samples that were returned from the University of Tennessee showing signs of decomposition, that there was a decomposing body in the trunk of that car, and it all adds up to no good.
It certainly does. We're going to talk more about the forensics in just a moment, but more breaking news. Our producer, Natisha Lance, Nancy Grace producer, on the scene in Orlando, Florida, at the Anthony home. I understand just in the last few minutes there's been a flurry of developments. Bring us up to date, Natisha.
Well, Cindy Anthony just came out of the home a few minutes ago. She started hammering in these no trespassing signs. I'm not sure if you can see them behind me or not, but she started hammering in no trespassing signs on her lawn. She was also in the RV over here that Mr. Padilla has been in with his team. And she came out of that RV and people asked her, are you upset about Casey going back to jail? She said it's not happening. Casey is not going back to jail. When she was hammering in those signs, she was also giving a little bit of information as well, too. She said if she was fearful for Casey being out of jail, she would not have Casey in her home. She said there was absolutely no odor in the car when it was towed on June 30th, and possibly maybe a body was placed in the car after that. She said that she even went down to the tow yard today and spoke to the gentleman who gave the statement to police, who said that there was this odor, and he said that he told her anyway that smell did not start until a week after it had been at the tow yard.
But Natisha, I have to jump in here for a second because we all heard her on the 911 call saying it smells like there's a dead body in the damn car, and I think that's almost an exact quote.
Yeah. She talked about that too, Jane, and she said that she was just reacting. She said she didn't know what she was smelling, and come to find out later, she said it was the rotten pizza. Now, she said despite all these reports that are coming out with the DNA and the air testing results that came back yesterday, she still believes that Caylee is alive and people need to be out looking for her, even commenting on the presser that happened today with Captain Nieves, where he even said they are still looking for a missing person and not a dead person.
Well, Mark Williams, news director, WNDB News Talk, 1150. You've covered this from the very start. Obviously, we have compassion for Cindy. She is going through hell. It appears quite likely she's lost a granddaughter. And, of course, if her daughter goes to justice on this, and we don't know, she's not charged in connection with the disappearance of her daughter, she could lose her daughter as well. So we have compassion for her. But when she says there's no smell in the car, take us through the evidence that something untoward happened in that trunk.
Well, the biggest thing, of course, is when they got the car, you know, and we heard the audio tape about the smells like a damn dead body back there. That's number one. Number two, cadaver dogs hit on that car in the impound area when the police took that automobile. We have the tow truck operator saying that it smells like a body. There was a body in there in his impound yard because just a week before he had inventoried a car in which a man took his own life, which, you know, his body decomposed. And this is just a sad state of affairs. Let me just go back one thing. The information that Letitia just brought us is pretty good, is darn good information. Earlier today, the reason for the no trespassing signs is she got into her car, backed out of the garage, and the media rushed her while she was on her own private property in her driveway. That's why the no trespassing signs went out, because she does not like the media all of a sudden. 6 weeks ago, she couldn't find a camera she didn't like. Now she just hates the media altogether. Again, last week, when the media crowded around, she dropped the F-bomb and told her son Lee to spray the media, to soak the media down with a hose. Now, the other information of going into Mr. Padilla's RV, That's just unconscionable. Where is she going with all this? And this is me just talking as kind of a journalist, looking at it from a vantage point.
Well, you know, being a journalist myself who's been on many of those stakeouts, I can certainly understand when you're in the other side of it that you might feel persecuted or harassed when a huge group of people with cameras coming at you can make you feel very intimidated. But Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst and author of Deal Breakers, the thing that really struck me is something she said much earlier today in response to a question involving the fact that the air samples came back yesterday and they showed signs of a decomposing body in the trunk.